we've washed the hair with shampoo and have you conditioned it?
Yeah.
Okay, condition.
This is what he's washed his hair with thus far. But what you want to generally use for African American hair is
something that does not contain sulfates in it. So with the shampoo, I would suggest something like the Cantu moisturizing co-wash, just because of the fact that being that African Americans do have curlier hair and we actually need oils in our hair. So unlike other races that might need to wash their hair daily, what I would suggest doing is taking lukewarm to cold water and putting the co-wash in your hair or whichever shampoo that does not have sulfate in it, and gently massaging the scalp. That way your hair can retain the oils that's needed to sustain its soft texture and its curly curl pattern. Let's see. Now, with the conditioner, he used the Herbal Essence Hello Hydration. Along with this one, I suggest something that's a little bit more heavier for your hair. Herbal Essence doesn't really do much for...
So for right now, basically...
For the African American hair, yeah.
Yeah, but for right now, this is just the starter. This is the first video, so he has a naturally coarse texture of hair. Right now...
Very thick.
It's very, very thick. Right now, it's actually soft to the touch. Amazingly.
It's because it's been combed and washed already.
Yeah.
And also after I washed it, I've already brushed it, so just to loosen out everything.
Right now, what he's trying to do is train his hair so he'll get bring out the natural curl texture of his hair. Takes quite a bit of maintenance, not too much.
You just have to keep up with the steps as you go along. And remember to do this every day, because essentially your hair will respond to the way that you treat it. In a sense, it does have its own mind. So,
boy, he is extra with this wiping, boy.
What we're gonna do is take a little bit more water now, just because the hair is almost, partially dried, which we want it nice and damp. So that once you add the moisturizer to it, the curl pattern will conform.
Your hands look so big. Jesus Christ. Lord Jesus, you got a peanut head, boy.
And what we're going to use today is the Cantu Natural Hair Coconut Curling Cream. Mm-hmm. It's a denser curling cream, and it's consisted of coconut oil. I highly suggest this for men of color, just because of the fact that being that we do have a strong curl pattern. Most times, if you use something lighter or something that other cultures might use more alcohol based, that doesn't really conform well with our hair.
And it'll dry it out. That's what he's trying to tell you. It will dry it out.
It will strip your hair of the natural oils, and you will have the same problem you would have normally if you were dealing with any other thing or gel based moisturizer.
Don't be stingy with it. As you can see, you want to get it in there.
Being that he has not been keeping up with this, and it's been over a month since he used the actual stuff, we're going to have to use a little bit more this time, just for his hair to be able to soak up the nutrients that's inside of the curling cream.
And then as well, you would have to add a bit more due to the fact that with the shampoo that he used, it has
already stripped a lot of the oils that's in his hair,
yeah.
Because his hair does feel a little bit more dry than it should normally feel. I'll do that. Just a little bit more water. I always use warm water when I'm putting it, when I'm applying the curl cream to the hair, just because warm water helps it conform a little bit better, and it causes it to absorb a little bit quicker. So essentially, just not having it take 20 minutes to dry or something like that. Usually it doesn't even take that long, but for a faster process I use warm water. But that's only after you've practiced with your hair and you know what works with it and you've been keeping up with it. So last little bit.
Now, so you all know, it's well after 11 p.m. And
What do you mean?
that means it's late. And in the event that right now, where you see it, some people might ask, well, why does it look so white? Well, because for one, I have a light, as you see me adjust it. The light itself is going to make it appear to be more white than it actually is with the natural eye. So if I reduce that a tad bit, you can't see that whiteness. And I said that because it's late. Why did I say that? I was going somewhere. You shouldn't have cut me off.
Because of the high beam causes it to look whiter than it actually is.
Well, yeah, but no, I was telling you that time for a reason. Oh, because we're not gonna be in the event that I didn't know why I was saying that.
Don't wash your hair early in the morning like this and expect to be out in a timely fashion. Usually, this process would only require you to wash your hair wet your hair essentially in the shower or in the sink and apply the curling cream. But being that he had just got his hair cut, he had to wash it. So, and you're not going to get your hair cut at like 7 or 8 in the morning before you got to go to class. It's not going to be a feasible task.
Oh, I know why I said 11. Why it's late? Because by the time it dries, I may or may not still be here.
Okay, and as you can see, his curl patterns are already starting to develop. He has a very, very springy curl pattern.
Did you cut something right here?
I did.
See that? We're going to pull one. So now that that's happened, we can actually tell that his curl pattern actually goes in a counterclockwise motion. So from there out, when he applies his moisturizer, he has to go in a counterclockwise motion in order for his curls to actually conform. Now, some people's hair is consisted of different patterns. I know, like mine, the sides and the front and the back curl up a lot more than what it would do in the top. It's usually a lot more curlier than this, and don't take this as how my hair looks every day, because I just got my hair cut too. I just got the line done and the sides and everything. Haircuts by Untraceable Designs.
You see it. You see that line? That boy might be sleeping with the barber. If the barber wasn't his cousin. Okay, that joke went wrong.
Pass.
Yeah, we're passing pause on that.
But yeah, I started putting it in the wrong direction. But as you can see, more and more like clumps of the hair are starting to conform with the curl pattern now. One thing I can say is what you can do if you don't feel like, just constantly rubbing. You can take, and this gets better as you brush your hair out. What I suggest doing for the most part is starting from a low cut and always brushing out to the four constraints of your hair. So down on each side, down in the back, towards the front, on the top. And as your hair gets longer, it'll start to naturally curl up instead of just sitting in the same spot. Now, one thing you can do with this, if you want bigger curls, is you can take the brush and lightly go around the head with the brush and just do it, and just brush your hair in a circular motion with the hair pattern, with the curl pattern, not against it, because if you do it, then you're gonna have a big puff and it's not gonna look right.
Also, too, there's this what is a sponge brush that you have now that's on the market. I think it's like $20 or whatever. You can purchase that and do that to attain your curls. But of course, this is old school right here. Get you a hard, coarse brush, a brush that's meant for coarse hair, and
you can use a coarse brush at first as you develop your curl pattern. But what I'll say is when it's completely low, like a complete low fade or low cut or something, start off with a soft brush. Start off with soft brush, and as it gets longer, move into a semi-hard brush or a normal bristle brush, and going from there. Now, if your hair is of a coarser texture, then I would say use a harder brush. But that's only if you have a very coarse texture hair.
And you can tell his hair is coarse because of the tight coiled curls. Mm-hmm. This is what that tight that coarse hair looks like. See, now you have softer hair, of course. You have a different curl pattern. But he also has like tight coils in some spots as well.
Yeah, but my hair is a lot softer than D'Angelo, so
Yeah.
like for instance, if I wanted to, wet my hair, this is warm water. I would take it. And I was saying before, I just got my hair cut, so bear with me. So there are going to be pieces of my hair that's going to fall out. But that's with anybody's hair, especially like as you start taking care of, you will see the dead ends or whatever hair follicles that aren't healthy come to pop out. But don't stress about it unless it's like big clumps at a time. So, as you can see with the front of my hair, like it's already starting to conform because of the water. And just so everybody's clear with this, I do not have a texturizer. Not had a texturizer in 4 years. And by then, that hair has been long cut off. 6 times already.
Well, he has naturally curly hair.
Yeah.
To start
My hair
with.
is naturally curly.
Yay! That's that good stuff right there.
This is nothing in it or anything, but I do use the Cantu as well, just because I am of African American descent, and I know my hair can be tough when it wants to be. So, what I usually do is I usually take my hand and I stick my fingers in and I just take it, mix it a little bit.
That boy had that Michael Jackson curl.
Just
Yes, sir.
cool.
That's from the Pepsi commercial before it get burned out.
What you're gonna do is because my hair is so curly, it's gonna start sticking together. Being that the curl pattern is so prevalent, it'll curl around each other. So what I ended up doing at the end is I always do a little shake or a little side to side.
You see,
I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to do it, but essentially, like I like mine not to stick together as much and look more like a row as opposed to just little locks.
That ain't nothing but ultra perm.
Ultra perm can't touch this head here.
And that, my friends, conclude video 1.
Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave it, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you guys for watching.